What's up, my friends? Y'all, it is a beautiful day. We're out here at one of my favorite spots on the property. This is where I built my course. And it's got these huge, tall white oaks and red oaks all growing tall and straight, reaching up for the sun. And I love it because it demonstrates how nature is constantly pushing through its challenges and obstacles, and in the process, becoming stronger and bettering itself. These trees here, they've got a common obstacle with a scarcity of sunlight that they have to overcome or they don't make it. And somehow it's amazing enough that they know where the sun is, but that they have this ability within themselves to reach and push and strive. And in the process of doing that, they change themselves physically, literally, into something different than they otherwise would have been. I don't know if you realize it or not, but any one of the acorns that grew one of these tall, straight trees, if it had gotten carried by a bird or a squirrel into an open field and taken root there, it wouldn't grow like this. It would grow short and fat and round and spread out to take in all the sun that's available to it. Two different trees from the same acorn. That's what would happen. Now, there's a trade-off. Of course, the universe is about balance, so there's always a trade-off. The trade-off being that if a strong wind comes through, out here with all these trees working together, they can kind of buffet the wind as a group and help each other out. But in the open field, all by itself, that lone tree, especially with that big canopy of a sail it's got, collecting all that wind, has to have a stronger root structure, or it'll get blown down. It won't make it. So, but the point is that in either case, they both face different challenges. But somehow they're able to strengthen themselves in the areas that they need to be strengthened in order to rise to the challenge, to meet the challenge. That's amazing that happens. And you see that all throughout nature, with vines reaching for a stronghold, grass pushing up through the cracks of a sidewalk. And we're a part of that. Nature is constantly bettering itself, and it makes sense to me that if that's what nature does, then that's what I should do. That's what we should do, better ourselves. I remember when I was a kid, I was learning how to swim, and I'd be at the edge of the pool and Dad'd be in the pool 10 or 15 yards out. Man, I can see it like I'm right there. And I would jump in the pool. You know, he'd be encouraging me to jump in. I'd jump in all timid, paddling over there, all worried. Oh, I gotta get there. I'm in danger. And as I got a little closer to him, he'd start backing up. And I remember the first few times this happened, I'm thinking to myself, what are you doing, man? I'm dying here. And you're backing away, you know, putting me in danger. Of course, he knew what he was doing. He was challenging me. He was teaching me that if I just pushed a little harder, tried a little more, that I could go farther than I thought I could. Thanks, Dad. Great lesson. Appreciate it. I'll say this one last thing, then I'll shut up. Jordan Peterson is one of my favorite speakers. He's, if you don't know about him, check him out. He's a clinical psychologist and a professor in Canada. And he knows this kind of stuff through research. He knows research on this kind of stuff. He talks about how life is ultimately suffering, inevitably suffering, all throughout it. And I mean, and it's true. There's, you know, from the get-go, from the time that we're born, nature's out to get us. Life is out to get us, and ultimately it's going to win. We're going to die, and there's going to be difficulties and struggles along the way, pain and loss and suffering. And when we go into those kinds of struggles and with a timid mindset and think to ourselves, woe is me, life is so cruel to give me such a struggle, and feel like a victim, then it beats us down, it weakens us. But when we are able to, like the trees, turn and face those challenges and just say, I got to get up here or I'm not going to make it. I got to get through this or I'm not going to make it. When we embrace those challenges and face them head on, it's strengthening. It's transformational. And so my challenge to people when I go speak to groups is to challenge yourself. Put little small challenges in front of yourself, goals that you want to attain. It doesn't have to be a physical challenge. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. It could be maybe you've got a fear you want to overcome, or you want to learn a new skill, thinking about doing something different, something new. Every one of those little victories adds up. And it's transformational. Like the trees, we learn that we can do more than we thought we could. We could go farther if we just pushed a little harder. Good luck. That's all I got. If you got some victories out there that you've experienced, put them in the comments. Let me know what you think. Peace.